Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So, for today's reading, it's pretty simple, a message from the divine. I'm leaving it wide open. So if you feel called to this reading, I'm praying that one of these groups has a message for you. We are using peonies, pink and yellow peonies today. So go ahead and choose one of these beautiful peonies, group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant path. So, before we get started, it would be amazing if you feel called to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and at any point during the reading or after the reading, go ahead and leave a comment down below if things are resonating. For this reading, it is a simple prompt. It is simply a message from the divine. I am leaving it wide open. If you feel called to this reading, I'm assuming whatever comes through today is meant for you. If it's not resonating, you can try another group or another of the plenty of readings that I have available for you on my YouTube channel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this reading. So you chose group number 1 with this beautiful fuchsia pink peony with the yellow center. I'm getting like pollen dust or whatever that is everywhere, but it's really beautiful. Like it's just, I want to show you kind of. I love this flower. I was looking through my old reels that I had made on YouTube, and one of my earliest ones was this exact this exact flower was in the reel, and I kind of thought that was cool because I feel like I'm crossing a threshold, and I feel like things are gonna grow soon. I don't know why. I just have a good feeling about my channel soon, and I do feel like it's like a cycle moment, like a full circle kind of thing. Maybe that's relevant to what's going to come through in the message. I mean, here's a circle here with a lion. Yeah, this could be something about a full circle moment or the closing off of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Yeah, I'm hearing like the ending of a chapter, beginning of a new one. Some people here could be writers. Leo keeps with this lion, of course. Leo keeps popping out to me as well. But let's go ahead and see what your card from the Secret Language of Animals Oracle deck is today. So you got the sea turtle. Beginnings, self-reliance, journey, and home. I think that does make perfect sense with what I was saying. Like this full circle, new beginning, kind of, and even just the words journey and home, like journey home. It's like circling back and landing home. I don't know where we're going with that yet, but we'll see. The sea turtle, I know sea turtles live a long time. It's number 7, which is a number of the divine. So, I mean, our message from the divine, I love that this is the first group, and the first number that pops up with, quote, a message from the divine is number 7. So that's pretty powerful. I did have a pretty amazing prayer before I started this reading. So, I'm hoping the messages really do resonate with you and hit in some powerful way. But let's go ahead and just put this up here for now. I'm gonna put your peony right up here. Actually, yeah, maybe right up here. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna pull a couple more oracle cards. I think I'm gonna go with a couple cards from the crystal healing deck. Crystal reading cards is what they're called. Yeah, your energy is beautiful, and with beginnings, I'm feeling like Wheel of Fortune vibes. I'm feeling, yeah, like I heard calling you home. You're being called home. You're being called into the life you're meant to be living, the life that feels like you're being called into a space where you feel truly at home, truly safe, protected, loved, honored, seen, cherished. This is the energy that's coming forward for you. I feel like a calm, quiet sense of confidence in the solar plexus. I feel a brightness, a light, unabashed light. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, the peony is symbolic of bashfulness, which I find interesting. I mean, look at this flower. This does not look like a bashful flower. But something really beautiful about the peony, the way it starts, it is all closed up and tight, and it does take a while to open, but once it opens, it like explodes. So I kind of like that idea. I like the idea that it's symbolic of bashfulness, and to me, that just means it's ultimately symbolic of coming out of your shell. And I feel like this group may have been closed off or closed up for some time because they've been in the wrong environments. Actually, I don't want to say you've ever been in the wrong environments, but maybe you've been in environments that didn't serve you in the sense that it helped you to truly, truly unfold into becoming all of who you are. Maybe there were circumstances that held you back from doing that. It is the human journey, not that there's anything wrong with having circumstances that are difficult or that keep you in more of a survival mode. But what we're moving into is less of this survival mode and more of this soul expansion, this soul rest, this peace, this groundedness, but also it's like a grounded expansion. It feels safe to expand. I feel, like it feels light, but embodied at the same time. So one more oracle here. Oh, 2 came out. We'll take all 3. Okay, so we've got soul connection crystal, lovers. Wow. This is one of those crystals. It's like, can't remember what those are called. They're called, I want to call them like twin crystals. I know that's not what they're called, but I know there's a name for it. I think this makes a lot of sense. The energy here is very resonant for soul family, for new connections that feel resonant and good and right to your soul, to who you truly are. I feel as though in this next phase of your journey, you're going to be very magnetic to the quote unquote right people, the people who really get you, who really see you for who you are, who sometimes see parts of you that you never even saw yourself, who reflect back to you the best parts of yourself, who would never dream of being envious of your successes, your expansion, your light, your beauty, who only want to see you grow, who only want to see you shine. These are the type of connections you're attracting into your life. Next card you have is Ancient Wisdom Crystal, with ancient wisdom. So, this is making me think of, with those little triangles, I've seen those crystals before. I think they're called Lemurian crystals, I want to say. And Lemurian energy is like this ancient energy, like the OG humans in paradise. Like, they say it's like the remnants, like Hawaii is remnants of ancient Lemuria. And it was really this heaven on earth, this embodied light. And I think there's a seed of wisdom that exists in your DNA that comes from this original Lemuria. And you could even call it, like the Garden of Eden, with Adam and Eve, that literal paradise that exists in our being, the blueprint of who we are in our perfection, exists in our being and is and will always remain a part of who we are. And while we've gone on this journey of light and dark, while we've gone on this journey of attaining wisdom, again, I keep bringing up that Adam and Eve, but there is truth in, the serpent in the garden told Eve, I don't know about the specific details, but I know he spoke of how they will be like God and know both good and evil. And in a weird way, I mean, he was truthful in that, because they ended up being able to experience both good and evil. Where am I going with this? There's wisdom to being human. That's my point. While we can never go back to that original paradise where we were naive in our bliss, it's still a part of who we are, and it's still a birthright of humanity. That bliss, that alignment with God, that peace, that harmony with nature, our connection to the earth, our connection to our homeland, and that harmony with the earth as well. And that's a part of who we are. And I think sometimes we can get lost in the darkness and get lost in the idea that maybe things can never be perfect, and forgetting that the essence of perfection exists as a part of who we are. So in a weird way, things are always perfect. We always have access to perfection. So there's something here about the dichotomy of good and evil, and what it means to be human, and an integration happening within your being that helps you moving forward to live your life more purposefully on this planet as a human being. More balanced, more aligned. We're not escaping into the light, but we're not falling into despair or falling into the darkness or being stuck in the darkness. We're taking a middle path where we're aware of both, and we know who we are amongst all of it, and that is a child of God. And yeah, there's power in that, and there's resolve in that, and peace in that, because we can accept that while we may hold dreams on our heart that are amazing and big and are so worthy of coming true, and most likely will come true, especially if you never give up on them and you walk towards them with true faith. If they're a true vision that God's placed on your heart, then, and you walk towards that vision, if it's a true promise, it's only inevitable it will come true. But you're being called into living a life where you're okay with what is, and the unmet realization of your dreams doesn't taint the beauty of the present moment. So, whoa, that's a lot coming from just that one ancient wisdom crystal card. That's pretty wild. One more card. Libyan Gold Tektite, Manifestation. Okay, so yeah, speaking of vision and dreams and walking towards your goals, this is a group with some goals. And again, there's that mention. Now I'm feeling that mention of promise. Your dreams are meant to come true, and God, and of course, replace the word God with what feels right to your soul. I use the word God a lot. I'm using it a lot in this reading. I don't typically use it, but for some reason this reading, I mean, like I said, I just had that really like an amazing prayer before I came over here. So I can't not say God, like I can't not express how I relate to the divine in the words I use right now. I just can't not. But of course, I think you know what I mean when you say, or when I say, replace the word with what feels right. Because I know sometimes people have toxic or heavy associations with that word, and that I totally get that. I still struggle with it sometimes. But it's the only word, in my opinion, that encompasses the whole or magnitude, or in any way could even fathom to encompass the whole or magnitude of who the great divine being even is. You know, it's so that's why I use the word. But so Libyan gold tektite manifestation. And what you're manifesting, you're being called to align with divine will. So surrender it. Surrender it and trust that the divine knows more than you, knows more of what is fulfilling for you and what your purpose is and what's possible for you in this life. And trust that if a vision's truly been placed on your heart and you know it came from the divine, then it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's absolutely, and it cannot be taken from you. But there's a feeling of surrendering it all up regardless, because I think there's a better path to get there that's more resonant with the soul, and that's more fulfilling, and that's more aligned and protected and safe, and more like divinely orchestrated, again with the Wheel of Fortune vibes here. Okay, I want to pull more cards. I need more. Okay, a couple cards from the Prairie Majesty. This one's pretty. What gift awaits? Cottonwood with glitter. Just, this was on the bottom of the deck and it spoke to me, so I'm pulling it out. Okay, and then we also have Heal, Purple Coneflower. What is mending? Delight, what enchants me? And Breathe, do I accept myself without judgment? I love the Earthworm. Earthworm, Wild Bergamot, Purple Coneflower, and Cottonwood. I've never gotten this Cottonwood flower before in this deck. I've never even seen it. I've never noticed it. What gift awaits? You have so many blessings and gifts that want to pour into your life. And really, really, this surrender is what is going to get you there. And life wants to be a surprise for you. There are surprises around every corner. And I think this is my group that needs to let go of the control of how all of this comes to pass, because life is meant to be an adventure. Life is meant to be free and open and expansive and exciting. And you're meant to, go down corridors and pathways that you never thought you would. You're meant to follow instinct on the day-to-day, your intuition on the day-to-day. You're meant to follow joy and passion and see where it takes you. And you're not meant to be this rigid, in the box, controlled person all the time. There's a beautiful life ahead of you, and surrendering it all to the divine is what is called here. Okay. Now I'm going to start digging into the tarot. Oh, I mean, think about it. Look at the words, the keywords on these Prairie Majesty Oracle. Heal, delight, breathe, and glitter. It really feels like this surrender and letting go of how everything unfolds is going to allow for you to enjoy the journey, because the pressure is off. If you're following the divine and you're trusting the divine to carry you there, and all you have to do is focus on the moment in front of you and the day to day and what you feel called to do in that day or in that moment or in that week, it's a lot easier just to be in the flow of things. And it just feels like take care of yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, and know that you're being carried. And again, that journey home, you're being carried home. You don't have to do all of it. You don't have to do everything on your own. All right, so I'm pulling cards from the Tarot Flora. This I'll probably have to find some flower petals to cover up some of the, or stones or something. There's a lot of nipples, a lot of women's nipples in the artwork on here. So apparently YouTube doesn't like that. So we'll see what we get. But okay, what does group number 1 need to hear right now? What wants to come through? Ooh, wow. Oh my gosh. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups flew out. That's beautiful. New emotional beginning. I love this. I really do think that you're meant to start just like enjoying the ride and letting it be easy and trusting the flow and falling into these positive emotions. And there's also there's new love. If some of you are looking for love or wanting to attract it, there is new love. And even those of you who are in a relationship, there's still new love. You know, there are always new thresholds to experience with a partner. So it's new, it's fresh, it's free, it's open, it's overflowing, and it's available to you. I think let yourself be surprised by what's around the corner. So I keep saying, like, you know, surrender. And the ways, let me think of some ways. I mean, I can only give you my advice on how I do a lot of prayer, and literally, like, you know, child's pose is this prostration, like this surrender pose. And so a lot of times when I feel overwhelmed and I just want to give everything to the divine and let go, I'll go and get in child's pose, and I'll just like I'll pray as I'm in child's pose of like, I let this go. I give this to you. Thank you for taking this off my shoulders. I know you know what's best. Please take this off my shoulders. So that's my advice. That's how I surrender. But I'm also seeing someone going for like a run outside and just letting go and freeing themselves through movement. What else? Whatever's coming to your mind as I'm speaking of it. But I do think it is like a connection to the divine kind of thing. It's that giving things up to that connection you have to your higher power. We also have the Hierophant. Interesting, because the Hierophant is about like higher wisdom. We do, again, with the ancient wisdom. There is like a humbling element to the Hierophant, because we are we're realizing that we don't know it all, and that there's a greater order, a greater law, and that we could never know it all. You know, like we're always going to be learning. We're always going to be this humble human. As much as we are powerful manifestors, powerful creators, and we are made in the image of the divine, we are nothing if we're not surrendered to the divine, herself, himself, itself. Like, we are nothing if we are not surrendered to that. So that's what it means to be the ultimate creator, is surrendering to goodness itself and letting goodness itself lead the way, and trusting that our ultimate creator knows us more than we know ourselves. And that if we let go and trust the footsteps that are laid out before us, we'll end up exactly where we're meant to be. So we have the word self-reliance in almost the center of the reading, under sea turtle. And I think there's been what am I trying to say? I don't know how to put this in words. Like, we're over relying on our own wisdom, our own like things, like ways of being that have gotten us to where we are. The wisdom we've attained thus far. And while that's been very beneficial and very good, and there's been such value in honoring our path to sovereignty, our path of sovereignty, of individuation. It's an extremely important part of your journey. This moment of the journey is requiring surrender. So we're not taking away from that self-reliance. We're not taking away from our own internal discernment that we've developed over years. We are just recognizing that we need a balance. We need that balance in our life. We need the surrender element where we let go and we trust something greater than ourselves. And then we need the internal self-reliance and trust in our own internal guidance system to know when the time is to do that surrendering and when the time is to, cut out influences that we know aren't right for us and to listen to our own soul and our own voice. We know we have that internal discernment. So, because I think I keep touching on an energy of like resistance with manifestation and self-reliance here. It feels like you know what you want, you know where you're walking, and you know what you want to create, and you don't want anything to get in the way of that. You're very specific about what you see, about what your vision is. Even if you know your vision's been granted to you and downloaded into you by the divine. And I think in that path of protecting that vision from external scrutiny or from the ways of the world that tell you you can't have it, or that it's not possible, you might have protected it a little too much. And it's gotten to a point where it's become too rigid. Like the vision of it and like the way you expect it to unfold and to look like the end result of it is not exactly... Like it's the end result never turns out exactly how you would envision it in your mind. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We want it to surprise us. We want it to land on the other side of things and be like, this is not what I expected, but I am so glad I did not get what I expected because this is way better. It makes way more sense. And I'm so grateful. That is where we're walking. So trust in where you're going, trust in where you're being guided. Know that there is such amazing beauty just around the corner, beautiful relationships, abundance, freedom, lightness, a feeling of true embodiment of the lightness of your soul. You are so blessed. You are so blessed, and the world is so ready to see you fully imbued with and embodied in the light of the divine that exists through you, as you, for you, with you. You've got such a purpose. You've got such a purpose on this planet. And open your heart to what wants to pour through you and to where you're being guided. The true place, the true people, the true destination. Oh, I love that destination and destiny are similar words. Yeah, your destination is your destiny. Trust in where you're being guided. Let go of the reins. Okay, this was your message, group number 1. I want to thank you so much for being here, and as always, I am honored by your presence. Future Krista chiming in, and I started to move your flower, and she started falling apart. And it made me kind of emotional because your message of surrender, I just think, it's like a few petals are going to fall off, but it's going to feel like dead weights falling off. And like the true essence of where you're going is what's left. And, I don't know, like let a few things kind of fall apart, so that what's truest to you, so you can truly finally receive those gifts. There's room for you to receive those gifts that have always been meant for you. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you have not been to my channel before, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. Before we get started, it would be amazing if you could like this video, subscribe to my channel, and at any point, if things are feeling resonant and you have something to say, go ahead and leave a comment down below. So today's reading is very simple. It is a message from the divine, leaving it wide open to see what wants to come through for you, group number 2. And you chose this beautiful peony. So peonies are symbolic of bashfulness, which I find funny because they are so boisterous and beautiful. I don't know why they're symbolic of bashfulness. I don't know if it's because they get so heavy that their heads oh my God, group number 1 was all about surrender, and I didn't even think about that. But the peony gets so heavy that its head kind of surrenders downward to the ground. So that's interesting. Maybe that's why it's symbolic of bashfulness. But I kind of think it's cool that it starts off in that little bud, and then it's all of a sudden it opens up and explodes into this beautiful peony. So it could be a symbol of coming out of your shell. I like that as well. So our overarching theme card is from the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, and you got the tree frog, number 41. Soul song, meditation, creation, and rebirth. So the first time I ever got Reiki was 10 years ago. And the woman told me that my, spirit animal, my spirit animal was a tree frog. And I know tree frogs are about transformation and change and adaptability and things like that. But I thought it was really interesting because I'd actually never seen a tree frog before. I'm from the Midwest in Illinois, and I would always see toads, but I'd never seen a tree frog. And less than a month after I got that Reiki session, I was back home and at the beach by this lake, and I went to the showers, and there was a tree frog in the shower where I was. It was a lime green tree frog, and I was just what the? I was I didn't even know we had these around here. So there could be something right around the corner, something that you don't think is possible in your current environment. Like, this could be something like, okay, say that you are looking for a partner, but you're like, I'm not going to find anyone in the environment, in the town, in the culture I'm in right now. It's just not going to happen. And then, the next day, or like tomorrow, you meet someone and it's like your soulmate. That's like a pretty big example. But it's just an energy of something's right in front of, like right under your nose, and you're not able to see it because you have ruled it out. So it's almost like you kind of live the life that you create in your mind. Like the world around you reflects back to your beliefs. And so if you have a belief that something's not possible, then it's almost like you live in that reality, and you kind of miss the opportunities for that thing. So I think there's a message here to open the door to the impossible, and know that the divine God works outside of the constructs of your mind, of course, the constructs of society, the constructs of what you think is logical or rational. And destiny has a really powerful, is more powerful than fate, is more powerful than circumstance. So yeah, I think that there's something that if you just open your heart to it and you decide that you're ready for it and you welcome it in, it has no choice but to come in. It's like there's something that's ready for you, and now it's time for you to be ready for it. That's the message that came through initially here. I'm going to pull your beautiful peony right up north here and put your frog guy right here. And we're going to pull some cards from the crystal reading cards and see what else comes through for you. Soul song, meditation, creation, and rebirth. Meditation could be good for you as well. With that feeling of that mental construct that's keeping you from seeing like an opportunity. Maybe there's a way that you could use guided meditations to open your mind and heart to what wants to come in, or even just allowing your mind to like doing like walking meditations, breathing meditations, and just so that your spirit and mind's a little bit more open so that the divine can reach you, insight can reach you. I like rebirth as well being there. I feel like it could be. Oh, wow. I shuffled the crap out of these cards, and this came through in group number 1 too. Soul connection crystal with lovers. So maybe my little example there about someone being right under your nose and you not realizing it was true for some of you. I just want to throw that out there. And then you also got two more. Okay, this keeps happening. That happened in group. I keep having the intention to only pull 2 of these, and then in group number 1, 2 came out as well the second time I pulled a card. So Amazonite, life purpose, and amethyst. Wow, you have meditation twice, by the way. Yeah, like finding meditation classes to go to, creating a meditation practice every day. This could be extremely beneficial for you during this time right now. I'm seeing someone using meditation to, and especially with the word soul song here, like using meditation to reconnect with themselves, like to reconnect. Well, I'm saying you do that. Using meditation to reacquaint yourself with the essence and the fabric and of your soul, of like who you really are, and what it really feels like to be the most pure part of you, the most colorful part of you, the most like innocent and lovable and seen and honored part of you. Like there is a reacquaintance happening for you. Like you are going to get to know yourself more deeply, or at least be reminded, like, oh yeah, like this is who I am. This is who I want to be. This is how I get to walk this earth, and I'm safe to walk this earth as like the truest version of me. And it's like almost like I forgot, like, oh wow, I forgot that this is who I am. I forgot that this is where my heart lies. And yeah, there's a remembrance happening for you with your soul. And this, I think, meditation in your own unique way, whatever meditation means to you, that could be any, like letting your mind wander through like adult coloring books. That could be like free writing, like journaling, like free writing, and letting like stream of thought come out. That could be, walking in the woods, listening to the birds, meditating near water. Water is always a great like energy for reflection, to help you truly see yourself. I think with life purpose here, you knowing yourself and you giving yourself space to breathe, like all of you, is going to be what in essence leads you to your life purpose, or in essence, in a weird way, is your life purpose. Like you honoring yourself so deeply and recognizing the truth of who you are, the divinity within you, the beauty within you, is a huge part of your life purpose. I'm going to pull some more cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle and see what else comes through. The letter A is here with amethyst and amazonite. I just wanted to mention that. Letter A names, 8 cities, state, countries, province. Could be something. I almost want to read at some point, maybe in just a moment, I'll read this Lover's card from the guidebook, just because it came out twice now. I'm curious what it says. Okay, so your Prairie Majesty Oracle. Okay, here we go. We have soar. Am I ready to be seen? Bald eagle, soar. And then we have another bird. Am I singing my song? You can't make this up. Like soul song, tree frog. We've got the warble. Or we've got warble, the word warble. Am I singing my song? With this weird bird called like a dickcissel. I don't know how you pronounce it, but we also have, what is mine to share? Honeybee, sweeten. I think the world needs you in your truest essence, needs you happy, needs you knowing who you are, needs you in familiarity with your soul, needs you connected and rooted into like the truth of your being. Like the world desperately needs that. And there's something there about your purpose. There's something there about you being truly you, and expressing that into the world is your purpose. Where do I give and receive? Match. Match. Interesting. Oh, I like that. Like the butterfly milkweed. It's like there's a match there. We have like it's a reciprocal relationship. The butterfly milkweed and the butterfly. Interesting. Okay. What is mine to share? This is so crazy. Yes. There's something unique to you that only you can create. Only you almost need to be reminded that what it is you have to give is not nothing, and is something so needed on this planet, no matter how simple it is. Like if it is crafts that you love to make that are unique and special, the world needs it. Someone out there needs it. You know, it's like recognizing the simplicity of humanity, and like the simplicity of your humanity, and how any little thing that you do in your own unique way that's really authentic to who you are is the most brilliant gift you could give to humanity, give to the world, no matter how quote unquote small it is. And that's where you're being called to start. You're being called to start small. You're being called to start with what you can give that you may feel like isn't enough, but it is. It's always been enough. It always will be enough. It's almost like if your small, most truest like contribution that you have, that is like a true piece of who you are, and expresses this true element of who you are, and it's small, and you put that out into the world, you give it away in some form or fashion. And for you to diminish that, like if that doesn't mean something, then nothing means anything. Like something bigger or more extravagant or more impactful or more powerful, quote unquote powerful. Like if that little thing that you're giving out doesn't mean anything, then again, the bigger things don't mean anything either. Everything is only made up of like the smallest little, like we need every cell in our body to function, like everything is made up of these tiny molecules and cells, and every little piece of it matters. And everything starts as a cell, so just don't diminish the small things. That's the energy here. The little moments, the day-to-day, the simplicity of life, and the beautiful pieces of you that want to be given, want to be shared. But you may be blocking them because they're not quote unquote enough. That's silly. That's a silly notion. Okay. I'm going to pull some cards from the Tarot Flora. Interestingly, I only pulled 2 tarot cards for group number 1. I have never done that. Usually it's mostly tarot, but the oracle's wanting to speak through quite a bit. So I'm thinking of Peru and Machu Picchu right now because of Amazonite. Sometimes that came into my mind, and I just thought, oh, I'm just thinking that because I saw Amazonite, but it was like, say something. See, ooh, I just did it. I was like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to say it. And then I decided to say it because I was like, well, why am I thinking it if it doesn't mean something? Like, might as well say it. Maybe it means something to someone. Like maybe someone out there is going to Machu Picchu, or maybe Machu Picchu is a power center that someone's really deeply connected to, or maybe someone will meet someone at Machu Picchu and they'll remember after they've met that person, they'll be like, oh my God, that reading, I don't know. It seems small to me. It seems like nothing to me, but it could mean something. Or the Amazon, South America. South America. Okay, so, ooh, yikes, holy cow. This is not what I would expect, but we have the Tower. Interesting. Okay, and then what else do we have? Oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune. I was speaking of the Wheel of Fortune. I wonder if some people here are from group number 1, because I was speaking of the Wheel of Fortune a lot in group number 1. Okay, so we have the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. Major, both of those cards. Major change. That's insane. These 2 cards, how would I interpret them as a pair? That is wild. Okay. So you recognizing that the tiny little gifts, and I'm saying tiny because I'm like, that's like your perspective of them. The small things you have to give that don't feel like much, it kind of feels like nothing to you because it's so effortless, is so powerful and exactly what the world needs. And so basically, you living your most powerful and impactful purpose is going to feel so insanely effortless that you feel like you're not doing anything. Like sometimes you feel like, I don't even feel like I guess it could challenge, like the Western capitalistic notion of like having to work hard for for your living, or having, I don't know, there's almost like a mentality too of like, if something needs to be difficult, if it matters in any way, like something needs to be, or something needs to be really loud and obvious and like directly impactful and like to mean anything. And your way of being and way of life and the way you're going to be living will feel different from that. It will feel light and effortless and free, and it will be something that comes to you very naturally, very lovingly. I sense like a protection around it, and it's a true expression of your soul, and it's easeful, and that's how you're meant to live. And the world needs you in that energy. So don't ever think that what you're doing, just because it feels so easy and you love it so much, that it's not making an impact and it's not good for the rest of humanity. Not only is it something you love and it's good for you and your soul and your heart's fulfillment, but it's good for all of humanity too, in a similar way that it's good for you. Trust in that. You get to live an easeful, light life. And while we're human, of course, and there are highs and lows and challenges to get through, of course, I think this is a reminder that for the most part, you can live this easeful, light, free, expressive, open unfoldment of a life, of color, of truth. Maybe with the tower, you're letting go of old ways of being that tells you it has to be hard. Tells you that struggle is just a part of life, or that it's going to be difficult to live your passion and your purpose, that you're going to have a hard time rising to it. Maybe it will come naturally and you'll be surprised. All I know is you are on the right path and you are being guided directly into the purpose of your soul. And it's no heavy, big thing. It just is. And it just feels effortless and free. So keep doing what you're doing. Is there anything else? I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Faceted Garden and see what else comes through. Even the Tower card feels very like easeful. It's like, oh yeah, like we're not living that way anymore. That's the old paradigm is falling. Ooh, and it's actually making me think of like capitalism and this Western notion of like this rush and this, work and feeling like everything should be difficult. That kind of crumbling and you being a part of like a new paradigm of ease and flow and impact through ease and flow. Fruitful. Light. And wreath. I love wreath. And you have Wheel of Fortune and wreath, which wreath always made me think of Wheel of Fortune. So I think a cycle's coming to a close for you. This wreath is also making me think of a portal to a new world, a portal to a new way. Whatever it is you're walking towards, you'll also be able to experience abundance. I really do see you living your purpose, doing what you love, and reaping just beautiful abundance from it, and it feeling natural and it feeling good. No guilt whatsoever in this way of being. Whatever work you've done to get yourself to this point where you have released guilt and where you get to live this light and free and effortless and easeful life that feels good and feels purposeful and feels right. You've done an amazing job. And you've worked for this, and you deserve this, and so do other people. And you're only, breaking those cycles and opening up the doorway and the pathway for others to do the same. So keep going, keep trusting where you're going. I don't know what else to say. I feel like there's something else to say, but I can't place it just yet. There's one more thing to say, and I'm going to pull one more tarot card. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is about reaping what you've sown. That's a strong confirmation of what I just said. You deserve this. You've created this. You've walked toward this effort, like willingly, intentionally. You've put in the work over time to rebuild your life into one that feels good. And it's just natural. This natural abundance. I really feel it. I feel you in connection with natural flow and receiving so much abundance to live a life that feels so blessed and free and heart-centered, connected, loving. You're so loved in all of this as well. Just trust in it. Continue to walk towards it. Fly free. Soar. This bald eagle. Soar. Let yourself soar. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Okay. I think that's it. Group number 2. Beautiful reading. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below, because I'm feeling this lingering energy here and I can't place it. I don't know if I need to read from... Oh, I was going to read from the Soul Connection Crystal. Maybe that's what it is. Lovers, Soul Connection Crystal. I'll read that. Maybe that's because it just felt incomplete. Okay. So, Oracle reading. Message from the Crystal Deva. The Lover's card has arrived today as a reflection that a deeper love is flowing into your life. It could be an expanding love in your current romantic relationship, or possibly even for yourself. If you have asked about a certain person, this card can reflect that this relationship is a soulmate connection. You may have been waiting for this kind of relationship to manifest, in which you can feel a deep connection with another, and now it has arrived. Whatever your situation may be, this card is confirming that you are currently attracting a soulmate connection into your life. This soul union is the deepest mirror and reflection one can experience. As you share this deep union with another, you often feel a depth of love deeper than you may ever have experienced before. This opening of the heart can sometimes be challenging due to painful experiences around love that have kept your heart closed because of the fear of being hurt. You are encouraged to work with the Devas to assist you in healing these old painful wounds. Open your heart fully as you deepen in love for yourself and your beloved. This is perfect timing for you and a powerful opportunity to experience love and connection on a deeper level. Believe and know that you're deserving of this divine love. Allow this love to flow into every aspect of your life and open to the bliss and joy it creates on all levels. This card can also indicate that a friendship, child, or animal present in your life is a deep soul companion here to share love, healing, and growth. All right, well, there you have it. Some of you, or maybe all of you, needed that message as well. So yes, now I feel centered. Now I'm like, okay, yes, completion. All right, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you are new to my channel, my name is Krista and I deliver the messages. And wait, I cannot, this is the second time I've tried, the words are not coming. I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. Okay. I don't know. I'm very giddy energies coming through right now. And I feel like someone just played a trick on me. I don't know what just happened, but I'm feeling some funny energy right now. I don't know if this is you or it's like leprechaun energy. Anyway, so for this reading, we have peonies. The peony is representative of bashfulness. And let's just get into your reading because I'm still a little thrown off, but we're just going to roll with it. So I pulled a card from the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, and you got, the Lotus Blue Butterfly. Transformation, becoming, lightness, and beauty. And number 34, which reduces a 7. Group number 1 got number 7, so I like that. And 7 is a number of the divine. So message from the divine. I don't know if I said that either. Sorry, I'm all over the place in this reading. My intention for this reading is simply a message from the divine. So wide open to what may come through, whatever you need to hear. So beautiful Lotus Blue Butterfly. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from these crystal reading cards. There's a beautiful feminine energy coming through. When I was pulling this out, just that whole beginning energy was funny. There was a joy and like a effervescence. I felt like the energy of someone going out on a date and enjoying themselves and meeting someone new that they really like and having fun and laughing and genuinely heartfelt laughter. That's what it felt like. It doesn't have to be, of course, a date, but that's just the energy that, from my perspective, was coming through. So just heartfelt joy, kind of renewal too. It almost felt like even if energies become stale, there's this fresh, new, light energy, juvenescence coming through. And that's what you're walking into. And it could also be spirit guides or a passed away loved one who has this type of energy. I know Archangel Jophiel has this type of energy. And actually Jophiel is literally, that's interesting. The colors of Jophiel is exactly of this peony, this fuchsia and gold. So she could be actually present right now. And I don't mention angels a lot during my readings. So maybe she's an angel that some of you are resonant with. Or if you guys want to look her up, call on her when you need some joy and youthfulness in your life. Okay, so we have, okay, come on. Look at the color of this stone as well. Same thing, this fuchsia, purpley pink. And we have self-love, kunzite. I love this. And then we have divine temple and source. This is really making me think of loving yourself, loving your body, loving who you are. I'm almost like with the date energy that came through, I'm thinking of someone taking themselves out on a date and like doing something that brings them pure joy. Just them like doing something. And I'm talking, this is you clearly. Like I always like relate to just the image I'm seeing by saying them, but obviously this would be something you're relating to. But doing something that evokes pure joy for the sake of joy, and specifically for what brings you joy. So doing something out of the ordinary that you maybe wouldn't have done before because you didn't have someone to do it with, but going and doing it anyway. Choosing joy, choosing the life you want to live, even if there's no one else who wants to do the same things as you. Like I'm imagining someone going to a dance class. And I'm imagining someone going to, like, I'm imagining someone painting for some reason, like, or going to like a paint class. I don't know if some sort of artistic thing, like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's an energy of falling back in love with yourself. That's the vibe. One more. Okay, you have got to be like, dude, all 3 groups got this card. That is insane. I have shuffled these cards up really well every time. Soul connection crystal and lovers. Maybe there is like unions happening in the collective. Because again, this is the only card in group number 2 I read from the guidebook for this card too. I didn't do that for any other card. So I think this is a special card for these 3 readings. And I love that it's a message from the divine. It just really feels like soul unions and soul connections are being formed right now. Maybe there's like a wave of soul unions collectively that are being like finally coming together in the physical world, and it's like this destined thing, and like a very healing, like that. I mean, this is what I'm picking up on this right now. Like I'm feeling like these threads of destiny aligning people to who they're meant to be with. I'm also feeling soul family vibes, alignment with people who are meant to be in your life that are healthy and safe, and who magnify the good in you, and who support you and love you and see you and honor you just for who you are. This is happening in a collective, like on a collective scale, and you are a part of it. So know that if you haven't met that person, it's imminent. It's inevitable. They're on their way. They're already in your energetic sphere. You could reach out and touch them in the ethers if you want. You know, they're here, and it's only a matter of moments before they arrive physically. That is the vibe. And take this as it resonates for if you are growing a family, if you're attracting in new friendships, if you're attracting in people to align to a particular life purpose goal. This is soul family energy, like purpose-driven energy, like people coming together for the greater good energy, but also home and family and love. Like it's just like a deeper sense of safety and connection is really happening on the planet right now. And it's because of all the work we've done as a whole, all the healing work we've done on our own, you know, and I think that's paying off. You know, we've done the work, we've broken cycles, we've broken curses, you know, and we've healed ourselves in so many ways, and it's time to come together with other healed people and to work together to continue to heal spread love and spread goodness and just, yeah, to bring more love down to earth, onto the earth, to spread it, to share it. So as I say it kind of sounds corny, but I don't think so. This is the whole purpose of life, is love. So that's amazing. Yeah, there's a sense of trust here, destiny. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards from the Prairie Majesty and see what else comes through. It's the butterfly being there. Like your cocoon time is over and it's time to just fly free and live your purpose. And I don't know. I think there's a whole new life. There's a whole life ahead of you. This whole unknown life you're on the brink of, and it's all about to unfold, or maybe it is already unfolding in your life, but you're here. You've arrived. We have soothe. Am I receiving peace with river? Shelter. How can I be of service? Big blue stem. Shelter, the first thing that came to my mind is family, like other people being your shelter. We have blow. How can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? With wind. And emerge. You have another butterfly. What am I opening into? Eastern tiger swallowtail. Wow. I love that wind is here too, like that air element. The butterfly is so much in that air element, just like rides the wind. There's a little buggy over here too. I don't know if you can see it crawling up there, but a little green bug. I just wanted to mention it. Hi buggy, you are welcome here. And well, with the word blow and wind, I was also thinking of like a dandelion and a wish. So 9 of Cups, 5s, wishes being granted. And yeah, with source here, I feel like long-held wishes are being granted for you. Now, this feels imminent. Like this doesn't even feel like soon. Like I'm not getting that vibe at all. I'm feeling like now. Like it's time. Like you are the butterfly now. You have emerged. It is the beginning. Trust in this new beginning, trust in this new lightness, and love yourself through it all. And continue to bravely leap forward into the unknown new of your life. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the tarot. It's the Tarot Flora. Let's see what else we have. I kind of feel like this reading is going to be a little short. We'll see. What else wants to come through here for group number 3? I'm still on this wish wanting to be granted. And I think with me shuffling for quite a long time, it feels as though you've been waiting a long time for something. But it's almost like this feeling of there's purpose in the waiting. And as soon as I had that recognition of like, this is okay. It's okay to be in this waiting energy. There's something here. Instead of like that anticipatory energy of like, what's next? What's next? What's next? I finally was like surrendering to just the shuffling and like the waiting. And as soon as I surrendered, boom, this Temperance card came out. As soon as I surrendered to the present moment of the waiting, boom, Temperance. And that's alchemical change, like the butterfly. Like that is like transformation, healing. To me, with like the Lover's card, it's making me think of like the power of attraction and attracting like someone with it's like the perfect balance of chemistry. It's, yeah, the perfect balance of chemistry. It's someone who comes into your world and makes everything make sense, and you do the same for them. And everything can be, because the two of you are together, everything from your respective pasts can be integrated, and like moving forward from the past becomes so much easier. And you're no longer concerned with the future. The two of you together are so able to stay in the present. In fact, you're so grateful for the present because of one another. You're transformed. You're transformed by each other's presence, and you're forever transformed. You'll never go back to the way it was. You'll never go back to the way you were. And mind you, I do want to mention, I try to like make things relate to multiple people. This is, of course, this would be heavily, like maybe half the people, this would be a partnership. But the other half, this could be like a child being born. This could be like a new connection or friendship in your life, or a partnership as far as like an artistic or creative partnership. It could be, take it as it resonates. But it's a relationship that comes into your life that helps you assimilate to the present moment. That's ultimately what it is. It helps you be grateful for what is, and be grounded in the now, and be more connected to your humanity, and be more, like, kind of have more of a connection to the quote meaning of it all. In the day-to-day, like the simplicity of the day-to-day being the purpose of life, and recognizing that those little moments are what it's all about, and actually being able to live out that wisdom and that truth. A lot of people don't even really recognize that till the end of their life. But you and this chemistry you have with this other being, this other person, it creates exactly what you need to, just know what it's all about. And then we also have the Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. The energy in these readings has been, like, I feel so blessed to be able to, if I'm doing it justice, transmit this energy to you. And I really do pray that you feel it, because it really does feel divine. And I do believe that all who picked group 1, 2, or 3, or multiple groups, is being blessed by the divine right now. I feel it, I know it, and I know you're meant to experience a life of peace. I know you're meant to experience a life of connection and love, and I know you're meant to know how cherished you are, how loved you are. I know you're meant to be connected to the beauty and color and authenticity of your unique soul, and get to experience what it's like to be loved in that space. Like, I know that's what's meant for you, for all of you, group 1, 2, and 3. Now, the Page of Swords. The first thing I thought of was a spirit guide, a message coming through. What is this message? Okay, I feel like there's a message coming through a spirit guide right now. Could be a passed away loved one, but I'm feeling like, even if it is a passed away loved one, it's someone who guides you on the other side. So what is this message? We've been here all along. So there might be multiple. We've been here all along. We've always had your back. We've always been protecting you. Sometimes we leave you to your own devices. Sometimes we leave you to learn a lesson. Sometimes we know the divine directs us to take our hands off because you are meant to learn something that you're meant to bring back to humanity. You're meant to bring back to the earth, into the earth. I'm sorry for the times that it felt like you didn't have our support. We've always been here loving you, protecting you, and guiding you. But you have a divine mission. You have a purpose. And we will not get in the way of that. This is your wish. This is the divine's wish. And this is our wish. As much as we'd like to protect you as if you were a child or a baby, you came to this planet to learn your lessons, to dive into wisdom, and to share that wisdom. And you're doing just that. We're so proud of you. We're so in love with what you've created so far and what you will create. And every little thing you do in the name of love is recorded in the sky, recorded in the heavens, recorded in the book of love. No good deed goes unnoticed. No good intention goes unnoticed. No love goes unnoticed, unfelt. Every little part of you has always been seen, honored, and supported, and loved. All right, that was a beautiful little message. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards from this Faceted Garden Oracle, and we will call that a reading. Okay. Ooh, Fruitful. Group number 2 got that. Ooh, Core. I love that. One more. And Thorns. Okay. That kind of makes, well, when I saw Core, it did make me think of kind of the message that came through with the spirit guide. Sometimes when their hands were off and you had to go through things that were uncomfortable or difficult, or maybe you didn't feel like you had the support you needed. But there was something there about you connecting to the core of you, the core of humanity, and aligning with an energy that is needed on this planet. Like the energy of someone who's walked through the fire and has come out the other end, like purified, like gold. And while that is hard, that energy is hard to come by. I mean, that's why it's so needed on the planet, is because it's so hard to come by, and it's something only a few people, like a few types of people can harness, and you're one of them. And there's purpose in all of it. And like in the thorns, you know, like in the thorns of life, like you've walked through a lot, and there is meaning to it. And you're going to heal so many because of it. And I love that Fruitful is with this energy as well. I think the fruitful darkness, that phrase is coming through. It's a song by Trevor Hall, I want to say. The Fruitful Darkness. I mean, that's where think about the fertile earth, the ground below us. That's where that's the beginning. That's where the seeds sprout. That's where it all begins. It's necessary. You're just unafraid to traverse that darkness, or even if you were afraid, you still did it willingly. And there's so much purpose in that. You're gonna turn so much shit into gold on this planet, and you're gonna help others do the same. And yeah, love that. All right, group number 3. This was your reading. As always, I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another one. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.